make a great video game character? A potato. One of these lads. Yeah.
Isn't it funny how the retro game collecting community doesn't care so much about whether a game is rubbish and more about how rare it is? Spud's Adventure is very rare, and it's very rubbish, but mostly rare. And that means this Game Boy game gets listed for mad prices on eBay, utterly off its baubles prices, for a game about a potato.
Of all the vegetables to choose to be your game's hero, well, I guess a potato's as good as any. Although you could have gone for a butternut squash, those lads are mental.
Spud's Adventure was developed and published by Atlus, a company that's still going and has a bit of a mixed bag of games in its library. Spud's Adventure, released in 1991 in Japan and the next year in North America, was actually a spin-off of Atlus's 1989 Game Boy puzzler, Quirk. He's amazing.
Oh, well, with that pun, I have no idea what this game might feature. Chess. Chess with that lad. Chess with him.
Yeah, obviously it's a maze game, where you need to get to the exit by moving stuff around. Also, this guy is a tomato. Yeah, he's a tomato, of course. Oh, and he's got a little tomato girlfriend. Yep.
Well, this is depressing. I can't get a boyfriend, but there's fruit and veg just hooking up all around me. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I need to go to the fruit and veg aisle.
Madam, you have to leave. That aubergine was making eyes at me, I swear. Quirk, or Puzzle Boy as it was known in Japan, did get a sequel called Amazing Tater. That came out in 1991 too, but a few months after Spud's Adventure. The main character of this one seems to be the same fella, but it's a sequel rather than a spin-off because it uses the same game mechanics.
Quirk, or Puzzle Boy, isn't really that rare, but Spud's Adventure and Amazing Tater are very rare games. How do you like them potatoes? You know what, I'm doing this. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm writing a script about potatoes, I'm sat here on a sofa, I'm wearing I'm done with this, I'm done. Alright, let's do this. I've got my Game Boy and I've got some alcohol. In the spirit of the game, potato juice. Technically counts as one of your 5 a day. And this entire bottle is gonna have me covered for the week.
So the story is, a tomato is being pressured by her dad to get a husband because she's so beautiful. Because even in the vegetable world, that's all females are any good for. Oh, she's starting to look a bit ripe. Better get her married off before she gets a bit squishy.
I'm gonna take a shot just because that is so stupid.
Then this thing called Devi just rocks up out of nowhere and takes off with the princess. The king's 2 knights, Arnie Eggplant and Gerrit Carrot, Gerrit, is that a name? Try to rescue her, but they don't come back, and then Spud shows up and the game starts. The characters talk to each other in this game like they're right out of Shakespeare. I've heard thy sad tale, thank you Spud, I will pray for thee. That is the last thing I'd expect to come out of fruit and veg. Mind you, I don't know really what I was expecting. Oh, not bad, not bad, not bad. Oh, do be quiet, you grotty little thing. So now it's time to go to evil Devi's tower and try and find that tomato lass. Alright, so basically, this potato that you're playing can shoot little baubles as his weapon, and he's got to get past a load of floors in the tower by solving puzzles on them. Sometimes the puzzles are as easy as pick up a key and use it to unlock a door, but I mean, with loads of floors to fill, you can't really blame the developers for being lazy. What is that?
Oh!
Put the stones on the marked spots.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Alright, can we just think about using vegetables as video game characters here? Because I haven't quite got it yet. I mean, who looked at this and thought, oh boy, it's the next Mario, guys? I like how they tried to mix it up a bit and give Spud a little hat though, and shoes. So here we are, a potato making his way up a tower level by level. Along the way, he's gonna bump into some bizarre looking enemies, but it's okay because he can shoot little round bullets. Go along the path, shoot the bad guys, find the staircase to the next floor, and occasionally he will come across some other vegetables who give him hints, like this cabbage.
Do you know the power of the Trump man?
Yeah, I really wanted to make a political joke here, but I don't want to upset anyone. Oh, I'll just grab that.
Devi, the bad guy, will sometimes appear to gloat at you. What a desk. Sometimes a level will require Spud to push some blocks over spaces on the floor, or just move them so they don't block your way. Basically a soccer band section. They aren't difficult. What is it with these enemies? They're so varied and weird. What is that? What is that?
I'm playing a game starring talking vegetables, so I figured I'd be ready for anything. And then I see something like that. That's a drinker.
Now it's time to discuss the music. You just heard the entire soundtrack of Spud's adventure, bar a funky little tune that comes on when the bad guy shows up. Those few bars repeated again and again. Obviously, it starts to grate pretty early on. I had to put on some Slayer while recording this gameplay. Now, there's not a huge amount wrong with these graphics. It's a Game Boy game, so you can't expect much. And on the whole, they're cutesy and they do look okay. It is cute how the designers managed to get faces on these vegetables while making them relatively identifiable too. And the little details like bows and hats, it's really sweet. The designers have also tried to make the frankly boring setup of each level a little bit more interesting by switching up the background design where they can, but this mostly comes across as a palette swap. Power-ups show in the form of these little playing cards. Why playing cards in a game about vegetables? Well, may you ask! And I have no idea, and I can't be asked to find out. But I don't think there is a reason. The designers of this game probably figured if you can accept a potato going around, shooting balls and wearing a little baseball cap, you won't be in the market for asking any more questions. Pick up one of these cards, and depending on the suit, you'll get a different power-up. Just as this, cabbage so hopefully explains when you find him sat alone in a room in one of the floors. You staying there? Oh, look, okay, you do you. The spade increases the strength of your bullets, as the game calls them. I don't see a gun, so God knows where those bullets are coming from. The heart gets your health back up, and you get an extra life with the club. The diamond? Well... And now you can go around as a massive vegetable and just walk over all the enemies. To be fair, this real-time animation can't have been easy for the developers, and it is quite cool, but it's also kind of creepy. The way it slowly grows and becomes this enormous abomination. Ugh. Oh my god, this potato is throwing his face at enemies. What am I playing? What is this? Thing is, this is the best weapon and you really need it if you want to complete the game easily. It's really strong because maybe, I don't know, you kill the bad guys out of sheer fear. Imagine if a friggin' police officer forgot about guns and threw their own skin at criminals to detain them. That's 10 years of therapy there. So this weapon is the best one and you get it by levelling up. Oh, did I not mention levelling up yet? That's because I only realised while writing this script and after playing the sodding game that it is indeed a thing in Spud's adventure. The more enemies you kill, the higher your experience points. Get a certain amount and you get up to 4 hearts, and I think after a certain amount of points you'll be blessed with this terrifying skin-flinging weapon. Get hit once and you lose it though.
Well, I couldn't find any scans of the instruction book online, so maybe I'll just buy it. Oh, never mind. Drinkies time! Hey, you up? Come on.
I'd better get you out of here before this jail falls to pieces. Follow me or you'll be ketchup.
Hang on a minute.
In this world where fruit and veg are sentient and apparently capable of constructing entire kingdoms and a monarchy, ketchup is a thing? Does the fruit and veg eat ketchup? Isn't that like a human pureeing their neighbour and putting it in a chip butty?
Guess I'll drink.
It's a boss. There's 4 of these until you get to the final one, but they're pretty much the same in the way they attack. Defeat the first one and get a bit of storyline. Release this aubergine who calls himself an eggplant because Americans have weird names for stuff, and he will join your team. Now you can play as Arnie the eggplant. What a treat! I can't work out if he's cute or horrifying.
Now, after you fight the second boss, this game starts to take a bit of a dark turn.
Wow, I was not expecting to see a carrot about to get executed by firing range in a kid's game. I didn't want help. I won't thank you.
What the hell, Carrot? I just saved you! Wait, I didn't want help. Wait, did you want to die? Wow, okay, I'll drink because that's really depressing. Wasn't expecting to need to hand out crisis numbers to freaking Carrot. I really want some cheese and chips.
After the third boss, we found Terry the Turnip. Eggplant Lad gets smacked on the head by a rock.
Oh, this is getting interesting. And I am drunk. It's Carrot.
Anyway, he's dead. So far we've had a carrot about to be executed, said carrot wishing he was dead, and now the brutal murder of Arnie Eggplant right in front of his girlfriend? Daughter? Well anyway, this shit is getting real.
There is actually a difference in gameplay depending on which vegetable you choose, which is a sentence you could use for more than one situation. While the potato shoots bullets, the carrot drops bombs. Full-on bombs from a carrot. Why? How? The turnip is rubbish. She shoots bullets too, but they just stun the enemy. Why is it always the females in games of this era that have the shit weapon? Hang on, I'm talking about a turnip. Of course it has a shit weapon. It's a turnip! For God's sake! But it's the aubergine that you want. He's the lad for you. His boomerang is boss. Easily the best weapon. Seriously, why do Americans call it an eggplant? It's not a plant of eggs. Oh, apparently it's because before cultivation, aubergines look like chicken eggs. Alright, America, I'll give you this one. But I'm watching you. But anyway, at first you've only got Spud, and I'm choosing to play with him for most of the game anyway. I think I prefer him most. Look at him.
You're my best friend. So lumpy.
I'm getting so bored of these levels now. While most of them are sort of a maze with enemies to kill, a big chunk of them are literally just a floor with stairs up to the next one. I mean, I get the owner of this tower probably did his best furnishing every single floor, but what's the point in floors like this exactly?
The gameplay does try and shake things up a bit with levels that will catch you off guard, like this utter nightmare where all the controls are mirrored on this floor. I have never sworn so much at vegetables in my life.
When you defeat Devi, after climbing up those endless floors, you get another little cutscene, but he gets killed by a random arrow.
Rocks, arrows, we've got a dead aubergine, and now this lad is dead. It's enough to make anyone tear up.
Just when you thought this game couldn't get any more thrilling, it turns out the weird devil beetle thing wasn't the bad guy all along. It was some other thing, called Dodorian. So the devil guy was working for someone else all along? Why? What's the story behind these characters? Why are they the only non-vegetable things in this world? You want to find that out? Well, f*** you. None of these questions are ever answered. Just shut up and play the game. Because guess what? More minimalistic maze levels and some soccer band floors. Screw you. Ha ha ha. If you want to die, I will gladly help. Now prepare to die. Wow, that's quite an intro there. I mean, I've got a lot of questions, such as, who the hell are you? What the hell are you? And honestly, what do you have against all of these vegetables? I hope you're not one of those people that gets all prissy if they haven't been labelled as organic. After playing all the way through and it being so easy, it's a mega shock to have actually a tough fight here, even though it's pretty much the same battle as you had with the other bosses. I really struggled with this. For a kid's game, this isn't an easy battle.
Well, she fell over, she fell over.
Now Arnie the eggplant and Devi seem to smile upon them. Oh, what? Did these two fellas find love together in the, 4 minutes they've been dead? We got some fast movers over here. So the Princess Tomato is back with her dad. But oh, what's this? We've got a chase scene. When Spud the potato leaves, the princess goes bundling after him.
Can we just take a second to think about what that would look like? Just wanted to make sure you had a very clear image in your head there.
Well, basically she's going after him because she wants to be with him. Oh, we've got another fast mover here. God, vegetables don't muck about. It's the cauliflowers you've really got to look out for, though. Those lads are total slags. I'll be honest, Princess Tomato, our lad Spud doesn't seem like he really wants a slice of your fruit. I mean, he is literally running away from you, not saying a word and not even looking at you. Think you've been done, love. Move on.
So there it is, one of the most expensive and rare Game Boy games ever. So now you can make a judgment on whether you want to splash out the cash to own it or not. It's not worth it. It's not.
It's not a bad game, it's certainly not a good game. For the most part, it's very linear in that it's so easy, and you're just going from one thing to the next, occasionally having words with a cauliflower or whatever. There are bits that are kind of challenging, but they're so few and far between, and such a change of pace that you find yourself wondering what's going on. But it's a game for young kids, and it works well in that respect, and yes, it is cute. But it's hardly one of the lost gems of the Game Boy, and it's certainly not worth the amount that it goes for these days.
Oh God. What time is it? 1 PM. Still early. What was that?